Don't you dare swipe past yet. Pause. Just breathe and listen close. The 2025 K-pop Awards weren't merely dazzling spectacles or simple idols dancing on a stage. They were a raw awakening. Externally, the scene was pristine. Sharp steps, white teeth, golden winds. Yet below the glare, a grim reality brewed. Silent, unseen, and wielding a force far heavier than the roar of the massive, adoring audience watching from the stands. While metrics, plays, and viral trends ruled the scene, the VIPs whispered one chilling doubt. Is this flawlessness authentic, or merely an act of staying alive? Every figure in the glow masks a saga etched in pain, burnout, and a silence that screams louder than words. Rankings display the glory, but mask the sanity price paid to hold it. Legal chains, firm grips, and crowd whims forge a machine that lauds the flawless and destroys the truthful ones, ruthlessly. Yet when metrics jump the rails, a scandalous act winning, or a victor failing, the whispers begin to swirl. What truly fuels the heart of this K-pop machine exactly? The year the mask finally fell off was 2025. Digital skirmishes morphed into physical dangers. Stories of pain leaked, legal papers dropped, and the covert agency wars spilled messy blood right onto the main stage, for everyone to witness live now. Admirers believed they saw the full picture, but facts were naughtier than the press. Hiding in every happy snapshot is a command to be divine, even after the recording light dies out completely. The saga isn't about victory or defeat, it is about staying alive. Cheers veil the fatigue, returns veil the terror. Yet, we stare. For K-pop exceeds mere show business, it is raw soul, fixation, and selfhood bound in noise and sight, pulsing with life and pain. Don't leave yet. Note this. Each number conceals a tale needing light. Stick around, for the coming events will alter your view of this genre eternally. Join us, and we shall burrow under the glitter to find the rot and the real, raw heart beating now. When the beams die and paper falls, the true match starts. In this world, the battle doesn't cease at the curtain, it moves to new grounds, raw. Shadowing every win is a mute brawl involving labels, creators, and stans, all grappling to own the story. What seems like playful rivalry is really a perpetual fight involving pure vision and strict power, stretching endlessly in the dark. That equilibrium shattered in 2025. Ghostly entries from past pupils and workers emerged, sketching a realm where every move served the bank account, never the heart, ruthlessly and cold. Students described infinite drills, harsh food bans, and mental twisting truths long murmured in shadows but never verified until this moment. As a source spilled secret papers on dominance battles inside a giant label, the base blew up. Instantly, promo tags morphed into instruments of wrath, striking hard at the corporate throat. Yet the riot was calculated. It unveiled and ignored reality. Icons aren't solely muses, they are financial stakes. If a brand scares of slipping grip on its goods, it wars with all might. Bands were hushed. Some were shoved into high gear, dancing as if peace reigned while the suits panicked to hold the script together, desperate to keep the illusion from shattering apart. Online spaces turned into war zones. Followings became pixel troops, firing off crusades, blocks, and sharp retorts, unrelentingly. Whispers outran the formal posts, smearing the border of reality and tricks. Even non-fans sensed the stress, a black rhythm beating beneath the skin of every hot subject, waiting to burst out and consume the whole world. With more leaks, a motto resonated in the chats: the act is eternal. And perhaps that is the true, fatal flaw haunting the stars. In a field erected on perpetual show, breaks are banned, cures are myths, exits are barred. Each plea is read, every hush is a tactical move, designed to keep you hooked. Yet, the masses stare. Deeply, they yearn to identify the true masters and spot the rebel who escapes the cage first, ending the game. Next arrived the news firm's hate, the type that lingers. An apex unit years deep in peddling bonds and oneness was instantly caught in a boardroom tactic war, shattering the illusion of their perfect harmony forevermore. Viewers noted a postponed return and hazy timing shifts. Sources noted truth. Talks dying in locked offices, far from the prying public eye. In this zone, agreements aren't paper. They are leashes. Who keeps the title, who picks the tracks, who okays the style, who goes solo, who sleeps. In 25, one bared term sparked a bomb that blew the whole facade to pieces. Followers saw the idols weren't just resisting the biz weight. They were battling for their hours, their forms, their very fates, with desperate hope. The thing making it toxic was the swift tear in truth. PR said all were talking, Yet crew quit in hushed tones. A maker unfollowed the brand. A relative hearted a note on using people's silent screams that the official narrative was nothing but a fragile lie. Abruptly, the base wasn't arguing tunes, it argued faith. Back the label, receive the label suit puppet. Back the stars, face charges of wrecking the band. The lines were drawn in blood, dividing the community. Then the shadow grew. Competitors didn't sit idle. Lies surfaced at the cruelest times. Just pre-meet, pre-ad, pre-vote. In a habitat fed on gazes, dirt isn't a slip, it's a tool. A calculated weapon to destabilize the competition when they are most vulnerable to the attack. As the racket swelled, the stats acted odd. Plays held firm, but sightings dipped. Glory didn't shield them. It trapped them in a golden cell, suffocating their every breath. For when a star's face is a war zone, each step is seen as treason. A grin is deemed fake. A hush is deemed sinful by the unforgiving crowd. A lone gig is evidence of war. The query looping was plain. If they clash in the back, what occurs when they must unite under the lights? The inevitable collapse of their unity looms over every single performance. After the tail slipped, it fled the office. It bled onto feeds, private chats, servers, and threads like jet fuel hitting a naked flame, exploding across the digital world. Fun banter soured into ice. Planned attacks, report raids, and scripted lies aimed to hide any fact that hurt their chosen truth. It was a systematic erasure of anything that contradicted the fantasy they carefully built. The biz knows this game. When trouble hits, firms don't just talk, they track the mob like a stock ticker. For here, the crowd's view isn't feedback, it is a gun, loaded and pointed straight at the heart of the fragile career. A faction cried for truth. Sure, the team was trapped by deals and fatigue. The rest claimed it was sham chaos, a completely manufactured lie, that critics were wrecking the icons. Caught in the rift were passers-by, dazed by how rapidly the talk grew vicious and the mood turned lethally dark and dangerous. Then a creeper thing occurred. As entropy rose, code boosted it. Videos with dark tunes and secret facts boomed. Past talks were sliced into fresh blames, creating a never-ending cycle of digital poison now. A benign look was proof of loathing. When a myth died, a fresh one took its spot, keener and noisier, as if facts were too sluggish to race against the speed of the fabricated hate. Yet, the stars showed up with rehearsed grins, the forgotten bit. They can't quit, they can't silence the din. They walk on sets while their tags soar for causes they didn't pick, trapped in a nightmare they cannot wake from, endlessly cruel. They grasp trophies as unknowns debate their merit. They exist in a grinder pleading for thank yous, even as the grinder chews them up alive, destroying their souls. Come end of 25, the ask wasn't if the feud would cease. It was if any soul recalled the tune's sound prior to the blood and the endless noise of the brutal war. For when the pit turns to a trench, the next step isn't regarding ranks or cups. It's regarding who outlasts the mob's heavy wrath. As glow dims and screams turn to a buzz, a quiet falls, weightier than any song. This is the tone stars catch leaving the set after pouring their essence into a beast that never naps, draining their life force drop by drop until they are empty. Ages long, this biz masked its breaks with perfect steps in viral shows. Yet in 25, the fissures grew too big to overlook, exposing the ugly rot to the whole world. A fan spat grew into a total self-doubt era for the trade. Bosses, dressers, and makers started dripping nameless tales of frying brains and terror, shaking the pillars of the glossy empire. We murmured of agendas crafted with cruel, cold precision, of lovers fainting within shadows and rising before a gaze could catch them, deals morphed into prisons paved in gold. Liberty arrived just in whispers, idols yearning to end packs, agents quitting underweight, admirers seeing that their cherished instants of bliss were born from true fatigue. The truly jarring part wasn't the secrets themselves, it was how inevitable they had become. Each moment a trouble struck, the bosses answered with the specific ritual: reject, confuse, and reveal someone fresh. Fresh idols became dressings for old pain. The viewers moved on, but the pain never healed. Masked beneath every single preview and flawlessly styled picture was a ring of silence that no soul dared to sever. But the mood shifted this season. The crowd quit buying the gilded lie. Lovers started asking for responsibility, not just regrets. Reporters began prying into rigorous habits, monetary schemes, and dark control ploys that had been accepted as normal for cruel years. For the first time, the whisper turned from murmurs to heavy burdens. Because behind every glowing award lies a high toll, and behind every beaming smile is a spirit who knows that simply existing often means more than triumph. As this phase of the pop story closes, one fact lingers. The play must run, yet not as it was. The coming age will be judged not by who takes the most prizes, but by who risks it all to speak the real cost of standing beneath those cruel, bright beams. If you've stuck around, you know well this isn't just about the tunes, it is about a life inside an engine made for cold flawlessness. So don't pause now. Click follow, leave a heart, and spill your soul below. For the next tale will dive far further into the realm beyond the curtains, the spot where glory and terror crash, and the true play ignites.